Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and welcome back to the 1880 Cottage. First of all, I want to say thank you for being here. If you're new here, which you probably are because this channel is brand new, welcome. I hope you subscribe. Stick around as we love and appreciate and maintain this beautiful, old, gorgeous home and garden in the spring. But so you guys, what today's video is about is the fact that we have been out of water for 5 days. So a lot of everyone, just basically all over the US, got this big, huge cold snap. And being the first cold snap in this house, I wasn't really sure what to expect. We tried to do a lot to prepare, but then we forgot some stuff that we really knew better. Because it was just before Christmas, I had family in town. We were doing our annual bake-off. I was trying to juggle that with work, getting the house done. We were painting the dining room before all of the holiday shenanigans. And you guys, I literally forgot to leave the sinks dripping. But also, so did every other adult that was in this house with me that night. They all forgot as well. So we literally just went to bed and we're like, man, it's gonna be cold tonight, and just forgot all the logic that we all know. Woke up the morning of the 22nd with frozen pipes, and it never got over 20 degrees the 2 following days. So what we did was we had a wonderful friend volunteer to give us his diesel powered industrial strength heater, and had that under the house for 2 full days before they actually thawed out, which is insane, right? So finally, oh my goodness, look at the Christmas tree reflecting in the French doors. That's so cute. Anyways, so 2 days, finally thawed out. When it thawed out, a pipe had burst, which honestly probably happened before the freeze, but anyways, so we discovered that because we could hear water gushing. Let me insert an ugly upright video here for you just to hear how bad it was. Okay, so then my husband could not turn off the water main because it was so far down in there and it would not turn. So we had to call the city and have them come, and they did, thankfully, but it took them 45 minutes to get here, and in the process it was flooding under the house, which is actually under this front bedroom here, my bedroom. And so that was bad, and that was Christmas Eve, you guys. Christmas Eve, flooding under the house. So, and that was day 2 with no water. Called all the plumbers. There was lots of bad things happening around here in this part of Arkansas because of the freeze. Plumbers were all backed up, super duper busy, triple charging to come out for emergencies. And I was willing to pay it, but even still, it took them 2 days to get out here. And then you guys, look how small this crawl space is, okay? That's the crawl space door to get in there. And then once you get in there, it's like, I don't know, 6 to 8, maybe 10 inches tops of clearance space, which was impossible for the 2 guys that came out to get all the way to the leak. Because see, the crawl space door is way on this end of the house under the kitchen, and they've got to shimmy all the way under the house, all the way up to the front of the house, front side corner under my bedroom, to where the water main not only comes in but also where the bust was. So the guy got out there, got about 4 feet away from where the leak was, and could see it, could tell that's what the problem was, but couldn't get to it because of the space, but also because there was 6 inches of standing water in the crawl space. So they said they would have to have their manager get with me on what to do. Cut to now, it's 2 days later. Plumber is coming this morning again, and what he's going to do today, you guys, he's going to cut the original hardwood floor in my bedroom up so he can access it. And I'm definitely so sad, but honestly I feel like this is the only way to solve this problem. Like, logically, this is just what has to be done. Just all the boxes here, just so you know, these are the last boxes I have to unpack after being here for 3 or 4 weeks now. And these were in my bedroom, kind of out of sight, but that's where they're going to be working today. I just saw him pull up, so I'm just going to show you really quick in my bedroom. I'm gonna try and film a little bit of when he's here, but here's the bedroom. Okay, you guys, the water main comes in over there. Pipe runs along this way. The water leak is somewhere in this area. So these beautiful floors are gonna get cut up today. But I did tell them that while they do that, I want them to actually go ahead, cut it out, and then we will make a hatch so that there is a permanent access point on this side of the house, because the entire crawl space is so small and it's actually more shallow on the front half of the house. So it's near impossible to get all the way up there easily. And if not today, at a later date, I'm also going to have them replace the plumbing. It's all the original copper. We're going to replace it with PEX, so this hopefully doesn't happen again. How funny. That looks a lot thinner, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like it'll come up pretty easy.
Well, it is a really thick floor.
Oh, yeah.
So the plumbers just left to go grab some fittings because they had the wrong size. So there is a hole in my bedroom, and I'm going to use my little handheld tripod and try and see what we can see down there filming. Because one thing I want to mention is the home inspector had said that this front half of the house with the living room and the front bedroom, he could not access this part of the crawl space because he used like a little drone robot thing to go through and see and film and stuff. And he got to a secondary foundation wall and could not get past it because there was just like a small hole, and obviously it was a robot, it couldn't climb up. It just like has little wheels on the bottom. So because the floor was bowed in this room in the middle at some point in time, it isn't anymore, right along here, it runs across a straight line, and they had nailed the floor down. So he said, the home inspector said, that probably meant that there was excess moisture buildup here. The floor joists were swollen, caused the floor to warp. They repaired the floor, but because he couldn't get under there and see, he assumed that, you know, there could still be a problem there. So we've been kind of living with that expectation or potentiality with the plan of in the spring hiring some people to come in and do some crawl space work, because all the vents are too small. The crawl space door is too small. There's a lot of modifications that need to be done to bring those things up to spec to keep the crawl space as healthy as possible. Thankfully, there is plastic all on the ground in the crawl space, so that's wonderful. But anyways, let's take a peek down there and see what we can see. Definitely a lot of cold air coming in. There's a vent right over there somewhere. All right, we're gonna flip this upside down. Well, that was pretty interesting. So now you and I both know what it looks like down there. It's like way cleaner and tidier than I expected. There is a huge amount of cold air coming in here because I think it's like 25 degrees right now. And again, when I first dropped the camera down, that vent that you see is just immediately under this bedroom window here, right there. And so that's just kind of gushing in this opening now. But anyways, I'm pretty excited. So he did say that his game plan was to remove, to replace as much of the copper with PEX as he could reach. And then, then we would make an appointment or have a game plan and get a quote to do the entirety of everything. The bathroom is right on the other side of this closet, so it's pretty close. So he's pretty sure he can do it from the entrance all the way to the bathroom, no problem, but no promises. So anyways, that's hopeful. I mean, that would be basically replacing like a third of it in this first time, which would give me some confidence with the continued cold weather this winter. And then, you know, if I could book them sometime when they're not like super slammed with emergency cases to do the rest, that would be great. All right, so they got it all done, and we've got the pieces there we're going to have to make a hatch with this evening, but there's just 2 pieces of plywood here, which, you know, I'm satisfied with how they cut it. You can see there's a little piece here, but, you know, whatever. They were just doing the best that they could, and then we're going to do that this evening, get that fixed up. Okay, so this is what I did for now. I just moved that wood over here out of the way, and I put this heavy quilt on this spot to try and prevent any air from seeping around those cracks. I mean, it's not going to fix it, but it'll be okay for now. And kind of just got the bed moved back just so we can access that door if need be. And then hopefully this evening after work, my husband and I will work on that hatch door. And for now, it's cleaned up enough. Okay, so here it is actually 2 days later, and we're finally starting the work on the hatch. So we've pulled everything up, and we're going to start trying to piece this together. I got a hinge and a latch, but the latch is really going to set up a little bit too tall for my liking, but I couldn't find a really short one. So we'll just leave one off for now. Nice. Super solid. Well, I guess we can just push it all to that side, and then this side's just going to be what looks like. But
golly, what a gap.
yeah, see? I don't know where this goes. Which piece is missing? Well, now between this one and this one, maybe we can fill in the majority of it. Because that's a pretty... Oh, and then look at this little sliver that's left. Maybe that'll go in there. Does that...
Okay. Let me get these nails out.
Look at this. Maybe that brown caulk will help a lot. Maybe that sliver goes here.
Maybe.
So, we're pretty content with the pieces like this. We need to...
That's up to you, baby.
I think they're fine. I mean, this one's kind of really good, but I mean, it's not done. So,
well, let's center it up. Let me get this all back over here like you had it.
oh, so that...
We got a little gap all the way around still.
Okay. Maybe we'll just, like, pull up... Oh, wait, I got an idea.
That fits perfect on that plywood right there.
I got an idea.
Okay.
I don't know if this will work. If I had a better one, it would. Tape it together and lift it up.
Think it'll work?
If I had duct tape, I think it would.
You got any?
Not that I know of. So I thought maybe just try a lot of this. And then we can like lift up this one side and plop it down. that.
Wrap presents.
Yeah, that's where my mind's at.
That one needs to be scooted in, babe.
What? Can it come some more?
It don't need to, does it? Or does it?
I could just see that there was a gap.
Oh.
Quit your yelling. I think it's gonna work.
Hope so. Again, that's the best idea I've seen all day.
There's a gap right here.
I've seen lots of ideas today.
There we go.
Better?
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right, huh?
It's gonna work. What? Do you want me to take it all the way up?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That works so good.
Idea all day.
And then we'll just have to piece it. Wow, do you normally cut it all the way down like that?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to dip that far off. I'm like, it don't need no dip.
I know what we probably don't need to do.
What?
We don't need to put that piece of plastic in there.
Leave it
That
out?
piece of plastic ain't gonna hold them boards down, you know what I mean?
It's like artwork.
The morning it was cold, Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
They put them on there. I just want to go through hardwood. I don't want to be beating on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Break them loose and have to start over. Oh, it sucks. Gosh, that's hard. What's so hard about that?
Do I need to keep my feet there or just scooch
No,
over?
you can do it, baby.
Wow, look at that. Were you trying to pull it?
It moves.
Oh, did it move?
Yeah.
Wow.
It did.
Thanks everybody for being here and watching this video on the plumbing disasters and hatch creation. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, I hope that you subscribe to the channel to see more and like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you've watched my previous videos on previous channels before, you know that my husband was rarely ever featured in videos, you guys, because he's very uncomfortable on camera. So if you'd like to see more of my husband Jeff, drop some loving comments down below and maybe he'll be in more videos in the future. Until next time, I love you guys. Mwah.